Hello, folks. Welcome back to another video. So in this one, if you read the title, this is just going to be kind of like more of a showcase, not actual gameplay. Apologies, but I will have gameplay uploaded soon after this. But it's just more so going to be a showcase about why I think Peepers is the better trait for Hullabaloo over the very popular choice of Patroller. The reason I don't like Patroller as much on Hullabaloo is because one, it kind of puts a pause on it puts a pause on constantly spamming fright marks onto survivors because you're locked in animation of pulling up the patroller. And then on top of that, people would argue like, oh, you should pick patroller because, you know, it stuns the survivor, allowing you to hit them with all three fright marks really easily. Yes, but you can only do it every 90 seconds. There's a long wind-up time for the patroller before you can send it out. And I just like the versatility of peepers. I can use it to slow people down, which makes the black stage area of Hullabaloo's color more effective. It makes the white stage area more effective because slower vaulting on top of from the peepers and then from the white stage. And then you can use it as like brief cipher pressure because survivors have to break the peepers if they want to complete a cipher that's next to the peeper. So it's versatile. I like it because it's a faster deployment time, and you don't have to wait every 90 seconds to get it. You can get it. You get it every 30 seconds and have no cooldown for as long as you have charges. Whereas again, Patroller is every 90 seconds, and it like maybe guarantees a hit, but not that well. Because the survivor can still hide in a corner or go in a corner of Patroller and still force you out to either do a stage rotation or to spawn a clone just to hit them with third color. So, yeah, I don't like Patroller that much. And then another thing I want to argue, not argue, but I guess more so make a point about in this video, is that Hullabaloo has good camp. Because it's a common misconception that Hullabaloo has not so good camp or like very mediocre or no camp at all, and by technical standards, sure, he doesn't have a camp like Naiad, Bonbon, or Sculptor does, or Hellember, but his Terra Shock and double hit potential with rescuing is stupendously easy. It is incredibly easy to get a double hit on the rescuer no matter who they are, really. And the only way you stand a chance of being able to secure a rescue without getting double hit is if you go rescuer. So to the people who think that, oh, you don't need to run rescuer against Hullabaloo because, you know, he doesn't have any camp, what I say to you is good luck trying to rescue from a Hullabaloo that either isn't going to Terror Shock you or double hit you. Because if you don't have any tools to immediately get away the moment you step out of that red zone, like a Merc or a Forward or anyone else with transition tools, or if you don't have any survivability tools like a Puppeteer or a Grave Shovel, then yeah, good luck not getting double hit by a Puppeteer, because by the time you make it to the chair, he's going to have trapeze, so he can speed after your ass. And then on top of that, applying the first color and then spamming you with the two remaining colors if he does the little clone at the chair strategy correctly, like there's almost nothing you can do about not getting double hit against a good Hullabaloo. And then just to have a bigger sample size and whatnot, I'm showing you a second video going over why I like Peepers more, and then going over more examples of why I think his camping is a little nasty and why I do think he does have camping. Because again, although he can't perform any secondary injuries like statues, humidity, it's just the fact that he lacks attack recovery, so he can spam back-to-back health state losses no matter what. Like with Peeper, I just plop it down here, and now for as long as she stays in this area, my black stage is more effective, and then vaulting in front of me becomes more risky as I can set it up with the white zone and play for a Terror Shock with ease. And then it also helps when it comes to trapezing as well, because if a survivor's in your white zone and within the radius of a peeper, and you trapeze past the pallet, by the time the survivor finishes the vault, you can either mark them with all three fright marks, or you can get a Terror Shocked with your remaining fright mark hits. So it's just it gives you a bigger window to hit the survivor with more fright marks, or give you a bigger window to Terror Shock, which is both devastating, you know. Oh, and here I get played by the fair lady. I get the ping just now where she is at trapeze. And then she uses her second thing here, but because He has an AoE attack. I know who she is. And then she can get the rescue now. Even if she wasn't Feral Lady, and even if she didn't have that rescue debuff, it wouldn't matter. Because my attack recovery is way too fast, and all I needed to hit was the last 2 ball colors, which I can easily do before she even gets close to the with the chair rescue. And all I gotta do is hit him with the red. And then boom, he gets terror shocked because my clone is gonna hit him with the white. So all I gotta do is hit him with the other remaining color, which is red. This is what I mean by his double hit potential and his camping potential. It's just stupendous. The only way you can counter it is if you either wait out the clone, or you go rescue when it's on cooldown, if it's ever somehow on cooldown. And then, yes, you may take these examples with a grain of salt because, you know, oh, these aren't rescuers, so obviously stuffing them with Hullabaloo is going to be easier, which is a good point. But at the same time, most people don't believe that you need rescuers against a Hullabaloo because, oh, he needs to hit you 3 times, or, oh, you know, he doesn't have camping and whatever else. But it's like, he does. And rescuers, in my opinion, are vital against Hullabaloo because you're not going to make it to that chair as like a Feral Lady or as a kiter. Like, you're not going to make it to that chair if the Hullabaloo finds you early on. You're just not. Because he can spam you with fright marks and then eat away your health states with like no attack recovery, so you make no distance at all. And if you try using your abilities to speed your to like dash your way to the chair, that's not going to work either because he can just put a red zone in front of you and it gets canceled. I had a forward try dashing to the basement in shack of hospital to try to like get the rescue safely, but I canceled it by putting a red zone in front of him. Good flywheel, by the way. But yeah, it's just you need to have rescuers against Hullabaloo because if he finds you early, or hell, if he proxy camps the chair and just sees you from a distance coming to the chair, or just basically anywhere that's away from the chair, he can scuff you for free or at least get a double hit down, and that is just stupid. And I can't think of any counterplay that doesn't tie to a survivor ability that you can do in order to prevent this. So yes, I do think Hullabaloo has camping. I think his camping potential is nasty, and I think rescuers are a type of survivors you need against him. Otherwise, you just have 0 chances of making it to the chair without getting double hit or scuffed against a good Hullabaloo. Because again, the only counterplays you can think of against Hullabaloo is if the Hullabaloo himself isn't the most experienced. It's kind of like Goatman. There's no counterplay unless the Hullabaloo isn't, that good themselves. And it's not that hard to play Hullabaloo once you get the gist of his, spawn, his insta-clone spawn, the way his hitbox works, and then the stage rotation. Like, he's not that hard to pick up and understand. That's my kind of like my food for thought, I guess, with Hullabaloo, and why I like Peepers more, and why I think he actually does have camping, and why I don't think he lacks quote unquote camping. He does, like, maybe he lacks the camping tools because again, he isn't a Naiad Bonbonner Sculptor or a Hellumber where they have secondary methods of applying damage, but it's the fact that he lacks no attack recovery that allows him to spam fright marks and erase survivors' health states for basically for free. Like, look, I find the Priz early on, and where's he gonna go? He can't make it to anywhere because I'm constantly on his ass because this hunter is so damn fast, and now he's just dead. And then people are going to be like, oh, but you use your trapeze there. Yeah, but the trapeze is gonna be there by the time your first survivor gets on chair, because guess what? He has to hit them twice at the very least, which guarantees that he has trapeze when they get put on chair. So it's just like, what do you do, man? And then for the people like in the comments wondering like, oh, what would you do about Hullabaloo to try to make him more, less overloaded with, with this kid and having a more, a bit more breathing room for the survivors. One, I would nerf the cooldowns of his clone and of his stage rotation by a little bit, like 2 to 3 seconds extra on cooldown. Make the trapeze be slower so that it isn't faster than a freaking survivor vaulting themselves, because that is a thing. Hullabaloo trapezes over windows and pallets faster than a survivor can vault them. And if if the survivor's in a white zone or in the radius of a peeper, you can basically get a terror shock for free if all you gotta do is hit them with one last fright mark. And then I would make the slow for when he swings a lot more significant, so that he cannot just basically back rev you and spam you with the different colored fright marks. And then I guess a third, I'm trying to think what other nerf ideas I had. It would be increase the cooldowns, make him slower when swinging so he can't back rev you as much as he can. Oh, and then if you really, really, really want to kind of, not, I don't know if I'd say gut, but at least make his double hit potential less significant and so effortless to do, make it so that you cannot apply two simultaneous colors at the same time. So what that would mean is that if your clone is going to apply a red and you also want to apply a black at the same time, you make it so that you can only apply one color at a time. That's it. That's what the change would be. Only one color at a time. It would give survivors a bit more breathing room, as the trapeze would be at least a little bit more reactionary, and you can like maybe play around it. And then with the not being able to, or being able to only hit one color at a time, would limit the double hit potential, because then you won't suddenly have a situation where you suddenly have 2/3 of the fright marks applied because of both the the clone and his main body hitting you. Also, I should have dropped here, but to myself I was thinking maybe I could chair her before Prospector could stun me in time. And then Prospector starts getting harassed and full pres, so after I apply this third fright mark, I only have to hit him with 2 other colors, which is super easy to do, and it's something he can do here because of the red zone blocking his abilities. And then I peeper and then slug him, because someone's going to go for rescue, and whoever it is, I intend to scuff them. Apply the clone too late, but then I readjust it and then get a free mark on her easily. And then I cancel the clone's cooldown so that, you know, it goes on cooldown sooner. And then Feral Lady tries to go for rescue, which is a terrible idea, but, you know, who else are they going to send? Like, this is why rescuers are essential. And then, boom, 2 colors get applied, 2 other colors get applied, and then she goes down instantly. And that's all the Hullabaloo has to do. And then he has insane double hit potential like that with the clone, and it's so effortless. All you gotta do with the clone is just place the color you're gonna hit them the first time with. So if the first colored mark you hit them with is red, just make it so that the clone is applying red at the chair, because then the follow-up hit would be the other 2 remaining colors. And then if you're full presence, just apply the one other remaining color you intend to not hit them with as the final. So like if the final hits white, you want to make it black or red, and that's basically it. And then I spare a Feral Lady here because I felt kind of bad. Trust me, I faced a lot of Hullabaloos in quick match. I've hardly faced any other hunter, and it is an awful, awful experience when you face a Hullabaloo that's full fed and when they know what they're doing. Like early game, it's kind of fun to be chased by a Hullabaloo and kind of outplaying him, but late game he's just obnoxious, especially with the double hit potential. That just feels like you can't do anything about it, especially since he has that red, you know, stage color that prevents you from doing anything with your abilities, which are kind of your only way of being able to counteract his double hit, is if you have an ability, you know. So yeah, hopefully I changed your mind about some things, and if not, that's okay. I just wanted to at least give some insight as to why I think, you know, those 2 things are good for Hullabaloo, camping and peepers. And yeah, and then if you guys want more gameplay, don't worry, that's probably going to come either later today when this is posted or the day after, as you know, getting matches with him is basically free and instant. So yeah. Oh, and then real quick, because I played another match and I got another good example of this, here's another good dirty example of how good his camp can be and is.